And, a lot of times if you want something so badly or think about it so badly, um, and a lot of people do this, believe it or not, um, they can manifest terrible things, because your mind will either make you well or make you sick.
Yes.
That's
Very
how I
true.
see it. And
Very
so
true.
when you're in a deep depression from a death or whatever, that's what happened to me. Is I was in a terrible deep depression, and I was there for 8.5 years. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't talk to anybody. I just stayed home and cried all the time. That's all I did till a year and a half ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really uh, a life changing type of thing when when you realize. I think it's different for everybody, though. I mean, I don't expect anyone to. That's just my very own opinion. So,
Well,
Sean, did you have a question you want to ask them at all?
I'm just excited that they're on the team and they're all, willing to learn. And it's going to be an exciting year. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they all progress. It's going to be a very interesting year, I think.
Okay, we have a special guest joining us, and this is Emmy McKenzie with PDX Paranormal.
hi guys. Hi.
Hey, Amy.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming on tonight. I
I
was
missed
just,
the first part because I was at the store, so I'm so
that's
sorry.
okay. You're fine. Um, so we have Linda and Matt next to you.
Leslie.
Sean, Sean, Leslie and Matt. And then we have
Okay,
Sean,
bottom row.
Sean, bottom row.
Yes.
And then we have Logan and
Erica.
Erica by Sean up the top.
Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Is there, I've been asking him questions. Is there a question that you might have for him, Mimi?
What have you been asking them?
Well, I'm just asking them about their thoughts about the paranormal and, whether they think that
What got 'em
a
into the
devastating,
paranormal?
yeah, there you go.
You did ask them that?
What got
What got you into the paranormal? You guys can take turns. And hi, JoJo. Hi, Banshee. Hi, Frostbite. Hi, Christina. Hi, Vegas. Everybody's coming in now.
Thank you.
Well,
So yeah, did everybody say that, Sean,
what?
about how they got them into the paranormal? Did we do that?
I think Leslie and Matt kind of briefly went in on theirs when they were speaking about theirs.
Okay.
Mine was my grandmother after she passed away, and I was 21, and then I seen stuff about her, and she would appear, and things would happen. So that's what got me interested in it back then. But I've always believed in spirits and etc. So
Okay, let me ask you why I'm still on with you. When you were a child, did you ever have an imaginary friend or maybe saw something, but you never told an adult because back then it was like bad juju. You don't do that. They think you're crazy. But I mean, because I know a lot of kids actually can see and speak to spirits, but as we get older, people tend to push it off.
I would say I seen them, but I really probably didn't understand them back then. And sometimes, when we're growing up, your parents will say, that don't exist and that don't exist. And then it just kind of fades away once in a while. And then sometimes, you'll catch something out of the corner of your eye and it's like, what was that, And then you read things here and there and then it's like, is this actually possible, So,
and that's why I asked that, because I've noticed a lot of people when I do actually ask that, it makes them think, and then I want to say probably 75% are like, you know what, I did. It helped brings that forward. So, same question for everybody down the line.
I don't think Logan and Erica answered that. Did you?
No. For me, it would
No,
be
okay.
dreams.
Dreams.
Okay.
Yep. I was raised by my grandparents, so I've been surrounded by a bunch of death. So, I mean, in my head, I'll ask them to show me signs or come talk to me,
Yeah.
and it always happens in a dream.
Do you remember when being a child? Anything?
When I was 16, I was in an abusive relationship.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In Knoxville, we always had Scenic Drive, and I want to say it's the old museum where we always had an Abe Lincoln reenactment. Well, where Abe Lincoln would stand would be my grandfather that died when I was 14. And he never said anything, but I was with my ex-boyfriend in my dream, and my grandpa was standing there shaking his head no.
Hmm.
And I didn't think anything of it until after the relationship had ended.
Right.
As a sign.
Do your dreams come true?
A lot.
I bet that's scary, huh?
I tell him so that I don't. It kind of creeps me out sometimes.
Right.
I tell him so that I don't feel like I'm delusional.
I actually don't dream. I don't get into that REM sleep. I don't know if it's because I'm afraid or just I don't do it. So I actually do not remember my dreams. I don't know what I'm hearing an alien coming through.
I know it's in your mic.
Hello?
Is it
Testing 1, 2,
J-Mac?
3. That was weird.
I know. Keep talking.
It's like okay. What would you call a front door?
Do you have a visitor?
Hello?
Hmm.
My mic's never done that. Hello?
Wow.
Okay, I'll mute and you somebody else talk. We'll go
Okay.
down the line.
Okay. Is it me? I kind of heard it. Did you? Yeah. Let me see.
Hmm.
Okay, so not me. Pam, go ahead and mute and somebody else talk.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is it doing it with us?
I think it's the TV in the background with Logan.
Okay, go ahead and mute. What the?
Yeah.
What was that?
I
Was
know,
it
right?
TV?
I think it's the
I don't know.
TV in the background with Logan and the kids.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
That's
it might
really
be.
weird.
That's crazy. No TV's on?
No TV's
Wow.
on now. Okay.
She said there wasn't a TV on.
Huh.
That's crazy. Okay, so I have a question for everybody, and you too, Emmy.
Oh no.
And we'll start with Sean. What do you hope to learn or gain by being a paranormal team?
I hope we grow as a team and we all progress and learn from each other. And like I said, become a family and be able to learn more stuff along the line, and keep progressing and not go stale, I guess.
Okay. What about you, Logan? Maybe it's me.
Learn. I really want to learn. I kind of, I guess, had a late start, so I'm really kind of fresh and new to all of this, and I'm just hoping to learn as much as possible.
Okay. Erica.
More experience, and I guess to feel less weird. Find more people that share the same interests and experiences. Feel a little
That's a
less
good
like
one. What about, yeah. What about you, Emmy? Oh,
Her mic's
I
not
was
on.
muted. Like everybody on the panel said, it's true. It's a, I agree with them. It's a learning. Every day we're learning, and I love to meet new people because you may be doing something that I might incorporate into the way I do my investigation and stuff. And we're all trying to find the same answers, looking for the same thing, and I feel we can all work together on this and maybe have answers someday, you know?
That is one thing I'd like to see more teams do: share knowledge with each other instead of just kind of keeping it to themselves.
Yeah. And I've done that quite a few times. I've picked up other, because I would travel back east and, do these events, meet new people, and I would pick up something, it's something minute, something tiny, and I would run with that. I'd be like, you know what, that was brilliant. And if it works for me, I keep it, and it just shows how you inspired me. If it doesn't work for me, I hope it works for somebody else. Maybe I can pass that on stuff.
Right.
You're muted, Pam. Pam's muted. Pam. Eartha Pam. You're muted.
Okay, I got you. How about that? Is that better?
There you go.
Is it my mic making that noise?
I don't know.
I
It
don't
sounds like
No.
It's the aliens coming in. AGT, hey, Terry.
Okay.
Welcome, everybody. Hey, David.
There seems to be a lot of
It
it.
seems to get
I'm
more
gonna
active
say
when I
for
talk,
me-
don't it?
Yeah.
It does. They like you.
I'm going to drop down and come back, okay?
you brought them with you. I mean,
Oh, I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm going to say for me, the first time I went on an investigation, I've always been into the spiritual thing, but the first time I went investigating, I thought, oh, this is going to be so cool. That's exactly what I was like. And that was just 2 years ago. So I thought, oh, this is just going to be so cool. Well, no, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of work to go live. There's a lot of work when you have a large group going. And I realized that the very first time. And not only that, but I didn't realize how you have to pay attention to detail. Like, is there wind blowing? Is there a window broken out? Is somebody else upstairs? Or all these factors, without even thinking, I just thought it was just going to be cool. Well, it's not. It was cool, but you have to. There's so many factors into an investigation, I think. And I'm not on a team. I don't have a team. I'm just fortunate enough to go with someone who has a team, and so I've learned a lot. Hi. And so I think remembering when you're watching a live, it is just so different than being there. How much work goes into it, getting everything organized, making sure everybody's quiet, making sure there's not too many people in one space. It's, all of those factors. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. And that's what I would say. Me, it was a learning thing, and I hope to gain experience and also knowledge from everybody else. So that's what I'm going to say about me. So maybe it wasn't Emmy because I still hear it.
Yeah. Still can hear it.
Do you?
Mhm.
Does
it's odd.
anybody
That's
have
the
a
first
cell
time I've
phone
heard
on?
this one. No.
Does anybody have another device on?
No,
Because that's what it
Mine's
sounds
dead.
like. Another debate. Okay, let me.
I'm gonna move
I don't have
I mean, my
anything
phone
else.
it wasn't on, but it was sitting next to me, so I don't know if it's
Is
causing
it my
me-
cat?
I'm not really sure.
Back up, Bagheera.
There's
Everybody,
Okay.
thank you, David, for the 1 month subscription. So I did have a question as you were talking. I myself, I'm not a team either. I like to collab with other people. My husband does when I'm here in Oregon. He will go with me. So he's my better half, I guess. I'll shout him out. But when you go to places to investigate, like me, it depends on how big the facility is. I mean, Waverly Hills, maybe 10, 15. I don't like a big crowd because of the contamination. But any other place between 2 and 4 people is perfect and stuff. So you don't get that contamination. How do you guys feel about that?
I prefer
Yeah.
smaller
Yeah.
cats.
Smaller
I agree.
crowds. Large crowds is very overwhelming. Too much energy.
I have never been to Waverly Hills, but I want to go. So if you
Me
go, Emmy,
too.
you need to let me know.
Let's do it.
I wanna go.
I think large crowds, because I've been in an investigation where we've had quite a few people there before, and it seems like when there's too many, sometimes you don't get a reaction at all. And then sometimes if there's just a few of you, it seems like you get more than you thought you'd
Yeah.
ever get sometimes.
It can be overwhelming to the spirits too, you know. They were human, or they were alive at one time, and I feel the same way. If there's too many people in a room, I get overwhelmed. I just like kind of step back, and they probably do that too. When you go and investigate, do you make sure you're going with the right intentions and having a positive attitude? And if you don't feel 100%, do you still go?
I normally go.
Well,
I haven't had that issue yet, but I normally go. I know these guys will be new, and I'm going to have to teach them some things. But you know, we went on a kind of a mini investigation. It ended up being a mini investigation because last Saturday we went out to get some footage for the intro for our podcast in January, and it ended up being rainy and stuff. So we just decided we were going to kind of do a little investigation.
Okay.
And Leslie got some comments over her Ovilus that she had in responses and
You
stuff.
have an Ovilus?
Well, we
I know.
used
I
it.
want one.
Well, it's
Yeah.
just my
We
it's
got
an
the
app
app.
on my phone. I've got a Ovilus. And
Oh,
an
you got okay, an eye Ovilus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
And she got some responses
yeah,
that night.
Yeah, it worked pretty well. I even tried to do like the just the spirit box. I really didn't get anything on there where it was scanning. So
Right.
that worked really, really well. And we even got a little girl's voice that Sean recognized, or a name. And he said, oh yeah, she kind of goes over to the pavilion, and there's a little boy that's over there too. So we kind of all walked over there, and Sean and I went into the pavilion, and she kind of gave us some messages, but then at the same time, we also started hearing hissing sounds.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out where it was
Another
coming
name
from.
popped up. Yeah, another name popped up, and her name was Catherine. And so we don't know if she was like being protective over Cynthia, the little girl, or if there was something else going on. It looked like also we had like some people lined up kind of out in the distance. Would you guys say about 6?
Yeah, it was just like energy. You could see ripples in the
Yeah.
air.
Okay. Okay, how about this? So or I believe, if they're an asshole in the living, they're going to be an asshole
yeah.
in the dead. Now,
Exactly.
a lot of people throw demon out there and stuff like that. And this is how I look at it. If I was an asshole living, let me rest in peace. Just don't bother me. So I'm going to do things to be a trickster. Do you guys ever feel maybe like the hissing of the snake, or like if demon comes across the spirit box, do you feel that it's just a negative asshole trying to scare you guys?
Well,
Or you guys
I,
haven't
Well,
even
you
thought
got
of that,
remember,
huh?
they haven't really been on an investigation yet. Their first one's going to
Yeah,
be in
we not-
January.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay,
But,
then
So-
what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
I mean,
People
mine.
think that
I-
negativity feeds off of negativity.
yeah.
So
I mean, I've been on several
if you're
investigations over the
they're
last
definitely
few
going to figure that
years, and yeah, some of them do play tricks with you until you kind of figure out what it is. So, I mean, I've been in that situation as well. But like I said, the things I still have to teach these guys. You know, like I said, we went on kind of a mini investigation last Saturday.
That's cool.
Just you know, like I said, we went out to get footage for the intro, and it ended up just being like a mini investigation, and they kind of got their feet wet a little bit. So things will get intense.
No pun
the more you
intended.
and
I can-
and things will, like I said, things will get intense along the way. So things will change every time you go out.
Mhm. It's kind of like fishing. You know, you can sit there all day and not get a bite. You got to really love fishing to do that. Or you can sit there all day and just start reeling them in.
Right.
Oh my God, my
But
brain
it's
just
also
broke.
going to have a lot to do with, I think it's also going to have a lot to do with going in with an open mind and not expecting anything. Because when
Exactly.
you expect things, that's when you don't get anything.
Right.
So being open-minded going in and, being aware of your surroundings and who you're with and what's, what
Yes.
the situation is, I think is important.
Do you like to, when you start to investigate, are you going to do the history of the place before you go in, or are you going to go in blind and then do
I
the
think-
history afterwards? You know,
I think we'll look up a little bit of it just to see if it's a safe area and make sure the team's going to be safe. And then we'll probably have somebody that I'll have to look up some stuff before, and then we can compare notes afterwards to see what we actually come up with. Because sometimes if you go in there knowing what could possibly be there,
Right.
it may cloud your judgment of what you think might not be there or what is there.
Right.
I can appreciate that. I go in blind. I let the spirits tell me the story, and then I compare the stories because I don't want to go in to where somebody says, "Oh, in that room you're going to see the lady in white." So it's going to be stuck
Right.
in my head. Oh my God, where's that lady in white? And I could be missing something. So, but I can appreciate what you're saying too. Because you don't know what you're going into.
Yeah, I want to make sure the team's going to be safe, so I'll at least check out the area and before we ever go in, because I don't want anybody getting hurt, and that's safety is
Right.
the number one priority. So
Yep.
Right. Yeah, safety's first.
Oh, yeah.
So there's all kinds of equipment out there. You probably already know, Leslie, you have a few things, I think.
I was gonna ask
but
that.
there's tons of equipment out there. And there's also tons that is not going to work for you either. Right? I mean,
Exactly.
you buy things and when you get them, you're like, well, I don't think I like this thing.
I've done that.
Yeah,
I
that's
find
my cold.
the easiest things like the balloon. That you can.
Yes.
The balloon's compact, the stand bag, and the light you put in it. That something just as easy as that. You can actually communicate with the spirits. I've done that and stuff.
right.
Yeah, Emmy, do you want to show that video so they know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I can do that. Let me go get it.
Okay. She has a really cool technique. I love it. And I've never seen anybody do this before, but when you're using a balloon, so many things can cause it to roll, right? Wind,
Mhm.
whatever.
Yep.
So she came up with this idea and she puts a little light in it and she's got a little tiny sandbag in it to keep it from moving. So if it does get moved, then it is by spirit. But she was
Mhm.
at this hospital in Tennessee and was actually communicating with the child. And it's just so amazing. You'll have to see the video. So amazing. I love the technique.
Pause. Okay. Okay, no, full screen it. Did it come through?
No.
Let me see. Hold
No.
on. It might be over here. Okay, here it is. Okay, so
If you full screen, it'll be easier for them to see it.
hold on a second. I didn't full screen.
There you go. Okay. Oh, had it.
It went to a smaller one, didn't it?
There we go. That'll work. So
Okay.
I was at Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, and it was this little boy, Adam, I was communicating with.
This right here, yeah. Me too. I tried to look at it. She said, I heard that.
Can you do something else? Can you push the balloon towards me? I'd love to play with you. If you push it to me, I'll push it back. I have 5 kids of my own. I love playing with little children.
It's changed.
Okay.
I was like, debunked.
Wasn't me.
You gonna follow us around while we do a walkthrough? Would love to have you come be our company.
Oh my.
I heard that. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh. Can you push it towards me a little bit? Please? I'll push it back, I promise.
People, there is actually no wind coming through here at all. Nothing.
Look at that. Can you push it out of that square? Do that, please. That would be amazing. Oh, look at that. You almost got it. Push it over that line if you could. Oh! Do it again. Can you push it over that line? You almost got it. Come on.
There's like something that way and this way.
Don't be afraid. I'm sorry. I get excited. Yeah, that's.
I was just standing here, like, and you just got like something, like cobwebs right up there. If it feels like spider webs, you just got touched.
Can you again a little harder? Push it over that line. I would love to see that. Oh my God! Come on. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Push it over the line, please. Come on. Oh, you almost got it. Come on, look at you. You can do that. Oh my God. Adam's pushing over the line, you guys. Come on. Do it. Push it harder. That's so amazing. You have so much energy. Please push it. Push it a little harder. You can do it. Just push it over the line. That's all I'm asking. That would be so cool. Come on. Oh, look at that. Come on. You could do it, Adam. Oh my God. almost got it, Adam. See how fun this is? You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna walk away and Adam's gonna push it across the floor. You're like, here.
You want the ball? Take it.
We're gonna move on, Adam, but thank you. I'll come back and talk with you. Unless you want to move it over the line right now. One, I know, I'll be like sitting here all night. I'll be like, hey, push it again, please. Please. You see how it moves and it just like stops? Like it's like playing.
But you can see how still this balloon gets. I mean, I just think it's such a great technique, and how well it worked for her.
Oh, thank you.
And I love learning new things, you know. So this is something I had never seen before. And so when I seen this video, I was automatically hooked, you know. So because not too many people do that. And and she just used
And
little
people will
bags.
try to debunk it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But
what
it
I'm going
does
to do
work
next
on
time is bring a candle with me too to show that there's no breeze inside of a place when I do that. And then
Yeah.
I put a sandbag. Oh no!
I've also noticed when I've
It's a
been on
great-
I've also noticed when I've been on investigations before and there's little kids around and there's the REM pod, they will light it up. They will just sit there and play with it and the lights will just sit there and spin and, you know, try to get them to say red for yes, blue for no, or whatever, and, you know, get some positive reaction out of it. So, I mean, I've seen that before too, and it's really interesting.
Do any of you have a device that you like better than others? Or have you seen very many devices that have been used?
I've used EMFs and REM pods before, and normally when I walk into a room, I can feel what's in the room. And
What's your go-to?
what do you mean by go-to?
What your favorite
favorite device?
I would say probably a REM pod.
What about you, Leslie and Matt?
I like trying to get EVPs and the SLS.
Yep.
And again, a lot of mine are on the phone. I even have dowsing rods, which I'm actually looking forward to using. Just some. My hope is that we'll use some older stuff and some newer stuff, just to kind of compare, you know, like results and that kind of thing. I do watch a lot of shows and, you know, try to do a lot of research on just some old school stuff, things that they used to use way back in the day when they didn't have all the technology. And then newer, just to kind of see if you get the same results or, you know, better results depending on where you are versus using the older stuff versus new stuff, I guess, depending on, you know, the age of the house or spirits or whatever. So I'm looking forward to kind of finding those things out.
Right on.
What about you, Matt and Erica?
I'm pretty new to it all. Well, I mean, I'm not really too familiar with anything. So yeah, I'm not really quite sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer that question. They said, did you debunk it? Was there any wind in events? Yes, we looked around. There was no wind, no vents. And if you look at the balloon, it's actually, instead of, if there's a breeze going through that hallway, it would go side, you know, what's that, horizontal. It was coming vertical. It was coming towards me. So the wind would have had to have been behind the wall. And because, you know, exactly what you're doing, next time I'm going to have, you know, a candle with me to show that there is no wind in there. So each time I'm just learning more and more to do this.
Right. And I think no matter how long you've been doing it, it is still a learning because
Oh, yeah.
something new always comes up. I mean, no
Oh,
matter
yeah.
how long you do it, it's still going to be a learning process.
Yes.
Because you'll learn
Every day.
something new or something else will happen, and you know,
I'll
you
be
just never
54.
know.
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
by the way, Leslie, my husband says you look like Sharon Osbourne.
Wow.
That's a big compliment.
Nice. Thank you.
And you guys will have to check Emmy out. She's on PDX Paranormal on Facebook.
No,
you're
YouTube.
also on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just youtube.com/PDX Paranormal. And that will bring
And
me up.
then you and your husband have a show. You did one last night, right?
Did I do a show last night? I
What-
did. Oh,
yeah.
it's Ariana. You silly girl.
They have what
Yeah.
they call a wee wee show. Is that what it's called? Emmy?
A wee woo show. Yes,
A wee
we
woo
try to
show.
bring. My husband and I are both monetized, so the money we get from being monetized, we actually give it back to the community, and we'll give away like Starbucks coffee cards, Amazon gift cards. But we do like a game show, and it's really fun, high energy, and everybody it's more adult related because I do a lot of cussing on there, but we like to laugh and
Yeah.
it's and his is JMac Oregon. So if you go to YouTube, just type in JMac Oregon. That's him right there in chat.
There he is. Let's see. There he is.
No, not that one.
Oh.
Not that one.
Not that one either.
No, go up JMac Oregon.
Let's see.
Says we woo, we
Yeah,
whoa, we
go where
whoa.
it says wee woo. That's funny.
Oh goodness. Well, I've missed a few comments, so at least I got up there.
Where would you like to go? What's on your bucket list?
Yeah, I wonder if you guys will end up making bucket list on where you want to investigate. You know what I mean?
I'd like to go where The Shining was done.
Ooh, Stanley
Shining?
Hotel. Okay. Did you know part of that was
Yeah.
also done here in Oregon up at Mount Hood Village?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
the big fireplace and stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Stanley Hotel. That's on my bucket list too.
Yeah. So, Erica, you haven't said a whole lot, or Logan.
Mhm.
Can I ask you what where you would like to go first, or do you
Crenshaw
have-
Manor.
Where?
Crenshaw
The
Manor.
Crenshaw Manor.
Oh, nice.
is that an
That
open
actually belonged to my fourth great uncle.
Wow. Yeah, you need to check into that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. So, do you think a hospital or a prison is going to be more active than a house, and why do you think that?
There's actually, what was it called in Galesburg? It's over by the it is the Hawthorne Center where the pool was. Sean, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's part of the old
Oh.
research facility.
Yeah, the Roll Research Hospital.
Yeah.
They moved Gilson Haunted House over there, and it's very intensifying after moving a fake haunted house into an actual haunted house.
Yeah.
I think with the multiple energies in there, it does make it more effective than like Crenshaw Manor would be.
So, do you think that if there's a spirit where you're at, do you think that means that they have not moved on or passed over, crossed over?
I don't think.
No.
I think they could either be in a loop or they've got an agenda they have to complete before they leave.
Or the veil could be thin.
Yep.
What do you think, Emmy?
I wasn't paying attention. No, I'm joking. No, it depends. I mean, the spirit, it could be there from the land, or even people who go to oh my gosh, my brain. Antique
be a-
stores, or
Yeah,
You
it could be
know-
an attachment to an item.
yes. And so maybe sometimes they love that item so much they just don't want to leave.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. And like every house, either it's 1800s or it's built 2013. A lot of times, I believe it comes from the land itself.
Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna say something nobody said because I'm weird. Even if a spirit has crossed over, I think it's their choice whether they want to communicate. They do not have to be crossed over, or some people think that if there's a spirit there, they haven't crossed over. I don't believe that. I believe that spirit makes the choice on whether they want to communicate and who they communicate with. And just like Emmy said before, if they were assholes in life, they're going to be an asshole in spirit. So if they were ornery or a jokester or anything like that, I think that's how they'll be. But I think it's their choice on whether or not they want to communicate and who they communicate with.
I would agree with that.
And I wouldn't have said that 2 years ago.
Right.
I would not have said that 2 years ago.
One thing I'd like to have this team do is go back to Bell Manor with you and Lori, like we did the last summer,
Yeah.
for at least
Yeah, me and Lori went to Illinois last year.
for at least a couple days there, because that place is huge.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, actually, me and Sean, there's a bedroom upstairs where they think there's a little girl there. Well, there's 2 windows and then a blank wall in between the windows. And the EMF detector kept going up and up. There's no electricity in the wall. There's nothing in the wall. And it only did it if it was in the middle of the wall. So we want to go back and see if we can debunk it, but I think we'd have to, tear the wall out or something.
Could there be maybe something under the floorboard? Did you guys check
Well,
that
this
out?
is upstairs. This is the
Yeah.
second floor
Yeah.
or the
There
third.
could be
floor.
wires that go, like light and stuff between the floors.
But I can't imagine.
That-
I don't know how high did that get. Hi, Sean, or I mean, Matt Barron.
When we went down toward the floor, it seemed like it went lower. So,
Yeah. It
Okay,
got
okay.
colder.
but then when we
So,
went up toward the middle,
Temperature went. How high did the temperature get, Sean? Like 147 or something?
yeah, it got up there really weird,
Wow.
weird numbers.
Hi.
It was pretty abnormal for it being upstairs and kind of cold
Okay.
out that night. So yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it was. Thanks for stopping in, Matt. We're good. How about you? We have a new team here. We're just discussing on. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Last week I won the weekly
Yes.
podcast award. So thank you so much.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, I should have had you on my show like you did me. I gotta snag you.
Yeah, you got the
Well,
first
the
week.
week's almost over now.
You got the first week and second week winners right here.
Yep.
Yeah, Emmy won the first week, and I got the second week. It's something new that Parapost is doing, and it was a surprise to. Both of us. We didn't even know they were doing anything like that. So, yeah, it was great.
And for you guys out there, Pam's trouble, just fair warning.
My middle name is Trouble. That's
she,
cool.
she can be pretty earnest.
I got Emmy.
Bobby in trouble tonight.
It's okay if I'm in trouble, but now I got her in trouble too. So,
Mhm.
you know.
So I was going to ask, where are you all from?
I'm from Galesburg, Illinois.
And we
I'm
live in
from
Peoria.
Huh?
I'm from
We
Knoxville,
live in
Illinois.
Peoria.
Okay. So y'all are just
And then
really
Peoria.
close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're all in Illinois,
Okay.
which is
Do you
cool. I mean,
Do you expect to expand your team to make it bigger for like, incorporate other people from different states and stuff? Like, let's say
Maybe.
I have a house here in Oregon that's haunted, but I need somebody to come investigate it for me. Like maybe have a team in Oregon and stuff, or a team, in New York. So you don't have to travel yourself, or you can travel and meet up with that team.
Actually, I'm hoping that we get some stuff going here that we'll get some money circulating so we can do traveling and buy some extra equipment. And everybody on the team can go so they can have that experience is what
There
I'd
you
like
go.
to see.
I like
and
your
Sean,
answer.
you want to say what you're going to be doing to earn that money?
We got some shirts in the process that we're looking into, and some tumblers and candles and etc. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to be able to circulate enough money so, like I said, we can get the extra equipment, because basically we're starting out bare bone right now, and get the equipment and then put that into a pot. So like I said, if we want to decide to go somewhere for the weekend, we're going to go, and then everybody's able to go. If you don't got all the money, hey, here you go. I want the whole team to be able to experience it. So.
Right on.
Well, I have an idea for you. And then Emmy can explain everything.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Global ghost hunt. That might be something you want to plan on for next year. And Emmy here can give you all the information about it.
Okay, so Global Ghost Hunt, if you go to globalghosthunt.com, your team can actually sign up, and there's two different packages. There's a $100 package and a $50 package. But what Global Ghost Hunt will help get your name out there and the location and stuff. And so some locations, they don't have a team, so we can hook you up with that location. It's going to help. So how it benefit you guys is get you guys out there, that way you can get monetized, oh my gosh.
Recognition.
Yes, and donations and stuff like that. And then what's going to do for, the houses or, whatever is haunted is if it's going to be torn down, like let's say a sanatorium is going to be torn down. Sanitarium, there we go. Have them, sign up too. And then that way they're being recognized. And then more people will be like, oh, I've never heard of this place. But you know what? These people went there and this is what they got, and maybe we want to try out. And then that way they can start charging money to build up, so they don't lose, the historical spot of it and stuff.
And they can also, if they have a location where they're at, can be also a part of that.
Yes. And what we do is, I didn't mean to cut you off. Depending on the package. So if you paid the $100, that's your entire team. So $20 each and stuff, and that gives you 2 hours of a spotlight. You can either do a live investigation, which is way better to do. But if you don't have the Wi-Fi, then what you can do is do a video. But what we expect is if you do the video, you have to send in the raw footage, no editing, no nothing. That way, when Brian plays it, because you'll still get your own spot, and he'll play it, and he'll have, an intro for you and stuff like that. And people will still see, who you guys are, who you represent, So like I said, it's a really good deal. This goes in February, March, April, May, April, May. Yeah, no, April 25th through May 5th.
May 5th.
And then they're 10 days, so we do it twice a year. So May, and then in October and stuff. So in October, I don't have the right dates at the moment, but usually the middle of October.
Isn't
And,
October like a 15-day thing or 10-day thing or something?
Each one's a 10-day. So there's 10
Okay.
days in May and 10 days in October. But as we start getting more teams, you know, and you'll get your own spot, you know, on different platforms too. And that's the thing. These other platforms will get you out there, like Parapost, Paralinks, you know. Hold on. I hate fibromyalgia. I get fibrofrog and my brain just stops. I get excited. Like I said, depending on the package. So if you got the $50 package, it's an hour and a half of, you know, airtime. But then after all said and done, after the 10 days, everybody's gets ran through like a marathon. So, you know, if you didn't see it the first time or see the other team the first time, you can go back and rewatch it. It's a really amazing thing. And as we start growing, you probably have more days.
Yeah. And you know, it's also a good avenue to be collaborating with other teams.
Yes.
Also.
Yeah.
So you could meet all kinds of people. So it'll be a great avenue for all aspects of it.
You can even sign up with
that's
parapost.com right now. It's free for you. It's just another streaming platform. You know, people from all around the world watch it and stuff. And so like tonight, I'm streaming on actually Paralinks and my YouTube channel. So when you collab with somebody like we're doing right now, you know, in the video, I can stream to 2 different platforms, so other people are seeing it. If we all was doing that, we could stream like 10, 15 different platforms. And so our audiences from everywhere will be seeing me, seeing Pam, and my people will be seeing you. And like the people that shows on the YouTube side, that's from my my YouTube. So they're
Right.
recognizing you guys.
Yeah. And so that's great to be able to collab over the internet like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's an awesome thing, but we'll see. But I wanted to make sure that I brought up the global ghost hunt and that, you know, so that's something that people can plan for next year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Great idea.
So Global Ghost Hunt, there's a Paracon that's going to be on Tombstone Paracon. We're working with Tombstone. So there's going to be a Paracon, and we're going to be there during that Paracon. The Paracon's going to be like the first 3 days, and then Global Ghost Hunt will be the rest of the days. But that's something you might want to think about going to. It's going to be an amazing thing. You get to meet me.
Where's it going to be?
At Tombstone, Arizona.
Arizona?
Yes. And Brian Laverty's going to be there. I think Matt might be there, but there's some other people that's from like the UK that's going to be there. So it's going to be fun.
Well, Howard Petrie will be there too, probably.
I hope so.
Yeah, Howard will be there. I mean, there'd be all kinds of different people at different levels.
Yeah,
of different...
And you can just go to it's tombstone.com, I believe, and you can see what's going on there and who's going to be there. And it gets pretty big. So
yeah,
it's another funny event.
Yeah, so I just wanted to throw that out there so you'd have something to think about over the next year. You know, and if you don't, maybe the next year or something like that, you know. So
yeah,
and you can put that out there.
And you can do a live stream the first in May, and you can also do it the second time. It's unlimited. You can even investigate 3 times if you want, but you got to pay for each time because that money goes towards things and stuff. And you can have like 3 different places you want to video. So you would have, if you paid the $100, you would have 6 hours of watch time on 3 different places, if that's something you'd want to do too.
Yeah,
I definitely want to go to some Paracons next year for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, Emmy, do you list those paracons on the PDX Paranormal page?
No, but I should.
Or
I should.
so
Yeah.
where did they look for the slots for those? Where did they look for those at? On
I'm
Tombstone?
not sure for the Paracons, but I can tell you, you can probably just Google Paracon in the United States, and
Okay.
I believe, or maybe email Laverty. I don't know. No, I'm not
Yeah.
really sure actually. New Orleans is we did Fear Fest, so it wasn't Paracon.
Yeah.
It was Fear Fest, and I'm hoping that Howard's going to do that again next year. It was fun.
Yeah.
Met a lot of new people, a lot of celebrities that are actually into the paranormal too. Just down to earth people.
Right.
So that's another place. And the history of New Orleans is just amazing.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I think all those places that they have set up like that, it's really got a lot of history. So, I mean, you don't have to do any of them, or one of them, or 10 of them, or whatever you want to do. But it's just an option to think about since you've got a new team, and it's a great way to get out there and get your name out there and get experience and collab with other people.
And people at Global Ghost Hunt are, I mean, so amazing. Like if you have a problem or you need help with something, one of us is always around. If you need a location, we got people that are just strictly for locations.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to leave that out because I
Thank you.
know that's part of what Emmy does. So,
My
Sean,
dog's snoring in the background.
Yes.
so Sean, are you gonna be having a podcast on your new page also?
Yes, I'll be having them on there in January. I still got some bugs to work out here in the next few weeks, and send off some info to get a intro put together for the podcast. So hopefully it'll get done by the beginning of January here, so we can take off.
Can you give us a little idea what it's going to be about? Like, is it going to be paranormal related? Everything related? Cryptids?
Well, it'll be paranormal related. It'll be just like a podcast, like I used to be a co-host with. And it'll have maybe cryptids and stuff once in a while. It'll have conspiracy theories once in a while. It'll just be maybe a little variety of everything, depending on what it is and what the mood is. But if we had an investigation and we had trouble that night with the video or something, maybe we'll put clips of the video on and we'll talk about the investigation.
And see, I like that. I like it when other people start doing, more paranormal podcasts, cryptids and stuff like that, because I'm still learning from you because you got different history. And me being on the West Coast and, everybody on the East Coast and whatnot, I can learn something else. What the swamp ape? Is that what it was called?
Yeah, swamp apes.
Yeah, so see stuff like that. That's very similar to Bigfoot over here. So I think that's going to be really interesting, really fun.
But yeah, it'll mostly be with, like I said, paranormal stuff and talking to other people. I've got friends overseas from IPA, from the previous team I've been on, and some people I've stayed in touch with over the year.
Nice.
And, I'm going to have them on and some other people along the way. I'm going to try to get a little bit of everybody on that I've encountered, because
right on.
I've stayed friends with a lot of people, and, I've learned a lot from them. So
that's important too.
Yeah.
Keep that friendship and stuff.
And I don't know if I should throw this out there, Sean, but I am. But Sean is actually taking classes to be a shaman.
Round of applause. Nice.
I know.
Nice.
It is so awesome. So awesome. So he'll be able to give information out. I mean, he still can.
I can hear you.
Right.
I mean, he's so intelligent. And he's got abilities out the wazoo.
Right on. I have adult ADHD, so I can't study very well. Oh.
Everything's on a whim with me.
Yes, it is.
It's a, I don't know what it is. I think it's the way it is.
But I know one thing. I'm looking forward to this team and what we're going to be able to do next year when we start up. So
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this.
It's gonna be great.
Where do you see your guys? Where do you see you and your team in the next 5 years?
hopefully bigger, stretched out, be able to travel a little more, be able to experience things from other locations, other places.
Nice.
I'd actually like to go over to Ireland. I actually
Yeah.
have some family that's from over there, and we've got a castle over there if I could ever get over there. So
Wow. Yeah, Ireland and the UK are on my bucket list.
my uncle went there before he died, and he was brought back information about a castle that is being rebuilt over there that was in my mom's maiden name.
Wow.
So, but yeah, I'd like to go over there sometime.
So what about the rest of your team, like Leslie? Where do you see you guys and your team in the next 5 years? What are you hoping for?
Let me check.
You know, that's a really good question. I mean, I just want to continue to learn as possible. And Sean was saying, I hope that we can expand,
Right.
and you know, even the idea of having our teams that are in different places, you know, that if we can't go to, you know, they
Right.
can, you know, investigate as our group or whatever.
Well, I'll tell you this: the
Yeah,
key to like keeping a group is you definitely want the communication. There's so much drama that's in the paranormal community right now, and you got to remain strong together and communicate together, and don't let others try to interfere with what you guys are doing. Like there are people out there that are going to say,
Yes.
"You're doing that wrong," you know. Just ignore them and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, that's one thing I kind of warned them already about. There is a lot of drama in this field, and
Oh my God.
there's really no wrong answer, but it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve.
You know, like I tell people too, like I don't think in my lifetime I'm going to see somebody become possessed or anything like that, but that's me. But you know, some people say they have been possessed. That's their story. I wasn't there, so I can't tell them, "Oh no, you weren't possessed." You know, so
Right.
when people say different things, that's their story. They were there. If I was there, then I could say, "No, you weren't possessed. I saw you." But you know, you just got to take their word on it, and especially if you know they're credible and stuff, or have this, you know, the credibility.
Right.
Yeah. But you know, like Emmy said, don't give up on what you're doing, and don't let anyone interfere with what you're doing.
They will
If
try.
somebody don't like it, they don't need to watch, or they don't need to
Exactly.
participate.
That's what I tell them. I got haters, and the way we look at it, haters make us better creators, and trolls. And you know, when I do live streams, they'll go right on their community tab. You know, if you don't like what I'm doing, don't watch. That's
Right.
simple.
Right.
If you don't
Right.
you don't like to see or read what I type, block me. You know, just move on,
Right.
people. That's it.
Yeah, don't cause no drama for
Right.
nobody.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's been through all that shit, but
Oh,
You
Oh
know.
yeah, plenty of it.
way too much of it. Way too much.
Well, with most things, more than one way to do the same thing, and it's still correct. You know, I mean,
yes.
people just have a different way of doing things, and they can still get the same answer. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It just that's what works for that person. And
Right.
When it comes to SB7, we all okay.
can
A
do it
lot of
better.
us we
Well,
can hear high tones, low
more
tones,
power to them if that's the case.
but it's like people will try to say, "Oh no, that's not what you heard." you know what? I hear the lower tones, or some
Right.
people do hear the higher tones, and I don't hear that. So, don't let people, argue with you on that too, because they will try, and it's horrible.
Well, that's the good thing about having teammates that you can rely on. Someone might hear something you don't,
Yes.
and
All the time.
Right.
they point something out. It's like, hey, we need to kind of check this out. Something's coming from here, or vice versa.
Mhm.
And give your teammates the acknowledgement of what they've done, or what they do.
Right.
Always appraise the team and stuff, because as long as you're keeping that positive energy, then you're going to get the positive energy coming back from the spirits.
Right. Exactly.
And that's one thing I see in this team. I think we're going to work really well together and learn from each other. And I'm going to learn stuff from Leslie. She's going to learn stuff from me. Matt's going to learn stuff from. Just like it's going to be a big circle, and it's going to just keep building. So
Nice.
Exactly.
So just stay strong as a paranormal family.
Yep.
Keep that.
Keep the communication. Keep everything behind the scenes too.
Yeah.
Unless you absolutely have to, or if you defend yourself, just literally keep everything behind the scenes. If you have an issue or somebody else has an issue with you from another team, take it behind the scenes. That's a big thing that's going on right now too.
Exactly. Yeah. It's crazy.
yeah, there's some things I've seen because I've been in this field for about 2 years now. Like you said before, some people will try to cut you down. This isn't this ain't that. And then they start these little rumors and gossip behind the scenes and start spreading BS. I'm getting too old for this stuff. I want to do this for myself. Team.
Stop with the high school bull crap. Yeah.
Yeah. See you later. Bye.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And as people watch you and get to know you, your credibility goes up. And so if somebody is coming behind and trying to say stuff about you guys, everybody who knows you isn't going to listen to them too.
Yeah.
Right.
Just keep that in mind too.
I've definitely discovered that over the last 6 months. So
Me too. Yeah.
yeah, Pam knows about that experience. We've talked about it. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's one thing I want this team, I want it to be family. I want it to be,
Nice.
hey, call me up, let's go do this, or let's go hang out, let's go meditate,
Yep.
let's learn something new tonight. That's what I want it to be. I want to be able to share the knowledge with each other, so when we go out, we know what's going on. It's not
Right.
in the
Right.
dark.
And always think outside the box too. Always.
And everybody's got a different opinion, so you might come with a whole new idea.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
We can agree to disagree, right?
Right.
In some occasions.
And
Exactly.
I also think that this team is very lucky because Sean is a very open, committed. He's not going to lie to you. He's not going to talk behind your back. And if he doesn't know something, he's going to ask somebody. And he's not afraid of doing that. And so I think you have a great leader here. And I think that this team is a great team. I know there's many more to come on the team, but I think you guys are very lucky to have Sean. He knows what he's doing, and you can all learn different things together.
Yep.
Thank
I
you.
can see he's building that foundation right there, and it's just
Right.
going to get bigger and bigger.
Right.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I thank you all for coming on tonight. I think we're going to end this here. I'm going to do cards next. So
Well,
Thank you.
I'd like to say congratulations to both of you. I missed the podcast with you on it last time, Emmy. I was out of town. And then
Aw.
Pam calls me up here and says she won. And I was like, hey, all right, let's go.
So you have the best of both worlds at the moment.
yeah, at the moment.
And then everybody, that's the thing too, you guys, if you go to Global Ghost, Parapost, and this will help you also get your name out there doing podcasts, even if you're shy, just talk about what you love, and that will help things out more. And that will get the viewers to come in and stuff. And then you too could be like the next winner. And Brian's talking about doing hoodies and stuff for the winners. So the cool thing is your video that got the most likes and views actually gets showcased, so other people will start seeing that. So it's something to think about. I highly recommend it. You meet new people.
I've mentioned it a few times.
Also, I'd like to say one thing before we get off. I'd like to thank everybody that joined the page over the last 2 weeks. Just in the 2 weeks alone, we've got 200 followers already just in the 2 weeks it's been up. So I'd like to thank everybody that's following the page and for when the time comes out in January.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's a pretty quick growth too.
Yep.
Pretty quick growth.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Sean, congratulations on your new team, and
Thank you.
Congratulations to the team. We can't wait to see your first investigation. That's going to be so exciting. And
Yes,
Emmy,
very
thank you for coming on and helping me out.
Thank you. And you guys, it's nice meeting you. I hope to have you guys on my show too someday soon.
Yeah.
All of
You'll
you,
have
but
to call Sean. Yeah.
I will. I'm going to drop down, but thanks again. And you all have a wonderful night.
Okay.
You
Emmy.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all for coming.
Bye.
Bye.